in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Gilbert Burns representing Zenith Jiu-Jitsu. Gilbert Burns, just a very, very exciting mixed martial artist. Of course, Jiu-Jitsu world champion. And, you know, what an accomplishment it would be for John Combs if he could pull off a victory over Gilbert Burns. Here we go. Referee starts the action.
And Combs is giving up about 17 pounds in this match, so a slight size advantage to Burns. And he's just, boy, Burns is just stocky.
Burns definitely knows the guillotine is Combs' secret weapon. He's been training specifically how to take Combs down to avoid the guillotine. Let's see how that pans out.
Combs taking the center of the ring. We're pushing Burns up against the cage. Burns is really moving side to side, not wanting to get tied up.
You can see Combs like sort of shucking the head of Gilbert Burns there. There he goes. Wraps his arm right around the neck of Gilbert Burns. Burns escapes, trying to get to the back of John Combs. Combs rolls out. Burns gets the back, gets the hooks. Burns on the back, looks like he's got over-under grip here. Body triangle. He's wrapped up John Combs only a minute into this match.
Boy, this is tough for Combs. He looked for a moment there that he was going to shake Burns off, and when Burns went over the top, he just brought Combs with him.
It's, you know, what I said when he walked out, Burns' patented back attacks and back takes. Definitely what happened here in that little scramble. Beautiful back take by Gilbert Burns. Now just kind of taking his time, setting up the proper attack here. Minute and a half into this matchup.
And Burns with that figure four body lock is just torture. You can't do anything while you're still locked in that figure four, but it gives Burns the ability to just attack that choke with no worries. And he is, wow.
Burns not letting go, not losing the position.
Really impressed with how calm Combs is remaining this whole time.
I like how Gilbert was grabbing the wrist, grabbing the hand from Combs and sort of using it to maneuver onto the back, kind of using it as a lever. Gilbert Burns used to train with the likes of Rafa and Guilherme Mendes, Andre Galvão, and Team Atos years back. That's actually how I first met him. And, you know, uses a lot of the methodology from the team there. As we mentioned, moved to Florida recently to help Vitor Belfort in his training camp with the Black Zillions. Now resides in Florida, and John Combs from Denver, Colorado. He's got his work cut out for him. He's got to watch his position and protect his neck.
Burns just looking to slam that choke in there again. Very aggressive with it.
Yeah, he's got his arm wrapped around the neck. Combs defending with everything he has. Burns actually training a little bit with catch wrestling guru Neil Melanson from Florida there. So be interesting to see if he utilizes any of the face cranks or neck cranks that we saw earlier on tonight. Look at that. Burns has the choke locked in.
Burns has got
squeezing.
That
Combs trying to hand battle here, trying to get that grip off. Burns putting tons of pressure.
Oh, beautiful. I'm on pins and needles here.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Gilbert Burns.
And finally, that figure four has been opened up just a touch. And it's about locked back in again for just a slight second.
Combs has to be careful here because Durinho will jump on a submission really fast if he's not careful. If he sees an arm dangling, he'll hop on that, a leg, whatever he can get. Looking to go over with the Kimura grip. Burns now. 4 minutes left in this match.
But this has been all Burns.
Yeah, he's been totally dominating the position here. Combs doing a great job, you know, just trying to defend the position, but he's got to work here unless we're going to end up going into overtime. There it is. Durinho wrapping that arm, trying to get around chin, underneath the chin of John Combs.
Oh, and sliding up to the side for the head and arm.
Head and arm once again.
Oh, and Combs gets out. into the mount, but at least he's no longer figure four body locked.
With Burns
Wow.
on top, he's not in any danger of getting attacked with a comatine, not even a hingertine. So
Burns really putting the hip pressure in. His balance is incredible. Oh, and Combs gets the reversal.
nice sweep there by Combs. Changing the pace of this match. Now taking it to Burns.
Combs really looking to get that knee through so he can come into a knee ride or cross sides. And Burns rolling through and
Burns
grabbing a leg as he goes.
Burns has really good leg locks. Combs has to be careful here, especially once Burns wraps up that knee bar. Combs insisting on the ankle there. Burns used the opportunity to spin out, get back to his feet. Oh, Combs in on a double, grabbing the single leg now switch.
Very aggressive by Combs. See if he dumps him the other way. Oh, couldn't get him. Burns' balance was too solid.
2 minutes remaining in regulation.
Looks like Combs is really just trying to wear Burns out. Just stay in his face the entire time, keep him working. But Combs has put out a lot of energy. He's been on the defense this entire round.
Yeah, I think this is where the experience is going to come into play. I mean, less than 2 minutes left. Combs is definitely, now the aggressor in this match. Burns, I think he's going to try to, he may end up taking this to overtime here. Sucked inside the guard now of John Combs. John Combs wrapping that leg up, using a little rubber guard action here. I don't think he's going to catch Burns with an omoplata on that arm.
That was an interesting decision to pull him into guard. And now he's just slowly getting worked over to the cage. Once his head hits that cage in the corner, that's going to make everything much, much harder. Combs realized that and pushing himself off.
Yeah, I suspect that this is going to end up going into overtime. Combs is working his rubber guard, trying to wrap up a guillotine now, using it to switch back. Rubber guard once again. Dorino putting tons of pressure on top, not giving him any space to really push with those attacks. Combs now trying to bring his arm. Oh, Burns trying to step over.
Combs just getting stacked there in the corner of the cage. 10 seconds left for our first round. That was a tough round for Combs.
Yeah, a lot happened in that match. A lot of really nice back takes. Very, very gritty match. Gritty opening round there. We'll see who wins the coin toss. Combs is going to take the back of Gilbert Burns.
John Combs won the coin flip. He is going to start by taking the back of Burns.
Well, we've seen Burns and his back attack. Now we get to see Combs and if he can ride as well as Burns did.
Yeah, look for Burns to escape real fast.
Boy.
He's
He didn't get that finish.
There's a system that Gilbert's done with his training partners of back escapes, and just amazing job real quickly escaping that position now. Quite opposite, locking up Combs in the body triangle, not giving him any space. This is the experience here.
Just immediately locked him in on that figure four.
It looks like Burns is in on a choke. Can't really tell from this angle, but it's got it
goes.
wrapped. With the body lock, you can actually just stretch out your opponent and go for like a face crank there. Really nasty lock to get on, and I do believe it is legal here at SUG.
Yeah, and it's not so much of a face crank. You feel like your body's getting ripped in half. Your lower extremities are going one direction, your head is going in another. Oh, and
There
Burns
it
is
is.
really deep on that choke now and really putting some effort into it.
Yeah, putting everything he's got into it. Just had that rear naked locked, but Combs doing a great job defending.
Combs is just so calm.
There
oh,
he
and there's
goes.
the tap. Oh, Combs.
Gets the submission.
Wow, great performance by both competitors.
So with that submission, it's official. Gilbert Burns wins by submission in the overtime rule set. You know, props to John Combs for doing such an awesome job against the veteran, Gilbert Burns Durinho. This is the experience, as I mentioned earlier, played a huge factor, and Gilbert Burns walks away victorious.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dave Hagan has called a stop to this bout at 53 seconds of overtime number 1. For your winner by tap out due to rear naked choke, Gilbert Durinho Burns.
Durinho, I know he was asking me if he was going to get a championship belt yesterday, and he's going to go home, back to Florida. Great match against John Combs here tonight. Big smile on Gilbert Burns' face here. Just an awesome match.
What a great performance.